Good morning. Welcome to Bars and Bells. My name is Ian.
I'm Lauren.
And this is the weekend workout.
Yay.
With a little bit of something different.
A twist.
A twist with some kettlebells. So maybe don't twist with those kettlebells. Let's work on grip strength and the body weight basics first, then those kettlebell basics next to refine your strength.
Yes.
So take a second, grab a bell.
1 second.
Let's get a grip, but first, the body weight warm up.
Excellent. Let's get started. I'm going to start with the tip of my head, standing up nice and tall, feet rooted in the floor, kind of driving down from the belly button and then lifting up that upper body, but keeping the shoulders down. I know, so many things. Palms at your side. Let's rotate them forward. Next, let's take our head and gently tuck our chin towards our chest. And then our chin will scrape a collarbone. The nose will go up the wall, all the way across the top of the ceiling to the other side of the room, down the wall, chin returns to clavicle, scraping back to center, and head pulls on straight. We'll repeat in the opposite direction. Chin towards chest, scrapes at clavicle, nose goes up the wall, all the way across the top of the ceiling to the other side of the room, excuse me, down the wall, clavicle, and to center. Nice. From here, keeping those hands there, lightly shrug your shoulders up and then pull them down. And shrug your shoulders up and pull them down. Now, keeping your arms relatively where they are, press your shoulder blades forward and then retract them, engaging those rhomboids behind the blades, the serratus anterior, all those pulling muscles back there, pressing the blades forward one more time and then retracting them back. Excuse me. Sorry, frog in my throat this morning. Next, extend on the wrists, reaching them back into wrist extension. And then right there, flex on the fingers first, and then make fists and slowly add flexion to those wrists. Re-straighten your elbows, pull your blades back together, keep the fists tight, and lightly extend on those wrists again, reaching them back. One last time, flex the wrists, then flex on the elbows. Keep the blades retracted, extend on the wrists, extend on the elbows. Repeat again, wrist flexion, elbow flexion. This time we'll drive the elbows forward, pull those pinkies away from each other, lightly retract the blades, pull your ribs to hips, and then open those arms to the sides. Extend on the elbows, and then lightly extend on those hands, wrists. Let's open up the fingertips slowly. That might feel spicy through the elbows. Then gently curl the fingers first and remake those fists. Then flex fists, bend elbows. As you bring your elbows back to the front of the room, keep your blades lightly retracted. Next, return those elbows back to your sides, but even back a little bit behind you. Keep the elbows at that same point and gently extend on them. And then extend on the hands, wrists. Open up those hands. Return them to in line with your arms. Keep your blades together and return your arms to the sides of your body. Give that a little shake. I'll take one more stroll through the rib cage and we'll hand it over to Ian. With your feet slightly wider than your hips and your arms lightly across your chest, blades retracted. Let's take our head and rotate it one direction. And then follow that with our rib cage body. While we're here, is your hip still pushing forward? Try to breathe and find a little more rotation, and then bring your head back to center and your body back to center. Repeat in the other direction, head and then body. Check in with those hips. They're still facing forward. You're kind of wringing yourself out like a washcloth. Breathe, try to find a little further. Then head to center, body to center. One more time, but let's do head and body move at the same time. Keep your chin in line with your sternum as you try to rotate and then return to center as one unit in the upper body, and same thing the other way. Head and body rotate at the same time. Hips still forward, return to center. Step in, shake it out, and next.
Some of those shoulder moves, Lauren, were heavy enough. You might not even need a kettlebell for what's about to come up. But hopefully you took that second and you grabbed a bell so you can get a grip of your strength. Lauren took care of that upper body for me. Let's go back down to the feet. Go to the ball of the foot, sometimes called a demi point in one practice of ours and others the lunge foot. Stay on that foot, but use your straight leg more to find the tips of both feet there, and then bend the knee that was straight. So we're going to alternate. Push into the straight leg, rise to a balance, and then slow down. Repeat one more time, up together. One knee bends and one knee stays straight. Now from the ankle, let's get into the knee, where we'll add a little bit of a squat plie bend. Cramp up that leg to straight. Use your straight leg more. Find your balance or your balance aid at your side, and then return. Full foot, add a knee bend. Then press through, cramp up, finish tall. Return a straight leg to the floor. Once the heel touches, we'll absorb that floor in a bend, like a spring, and then spring up, cramp up. One last weight transfer here, and again. Knees towards over toes, push through, and then Lauren had us rotate the head for additional challenge here on the toes. Might you be able to also look side to side or even close your eyes and control the down always. Let's pivot to the first position or similar, but then transfer weight to one side and just point out to the second or slightly wider position with your feet. From here, let's just do the same thing. Get on the tips of both feet. One knee bends, the heel lands. Aim to have your hips right in the middle of those 2 feet throughout this exercise. Cramp up, stay tall, balance, one knee bends, and we'll accept that floor in that squat. And press and stretch. And just one more each side here. Keep the hips in the middle, avoiding a weight transfer for this drill. We'll get into those in a second. And last time, in the middle, spread those knees, push through, find one more balance or that balance aid, and maybe look at your partner.
Whoops, I already came down.
Look forward, control the down, choosing your own ending. Add a little shake and a wiggle. Let's get to the floor, little quick wrists from there and some gentle core enhancements. So we'll do our toe squat to transition. It's those knees over toes with flat feet, then the heels that could peel up to help us get a little bit lower. Then with the hands or without, knees to the ground, extend the hips through, back up and find the space that's just right for you. And Lauren will take us right back up to the hands and return to me for more hips.
To the hands, to the hands. Extend your arms. Lightly retract your shoulder blades. Right now, try to rotate your elbow pits up towards the sky, keeping your palms face down. Then we'll hinge on our hips. Both hips go back. Blades stay packed. All 8 fingers touch the floor, including that callus line. But right now, your palms are off the floor. Look it down. Oh, did those elbow pits rotate in? Try to rotate them back out and accept the palms to the floor with those straight elbows. Next, we'll grip all 10 fingers heavy on the floor, including that callus line, so right underneath those knuckles. With those gripping, can you rotate actively your elbow pits turn in, and then your elbow pits turn open? Try that one more time. Actively internally rotate those humeruses and then externally rotate them. Keeping them there, let's pull on our hands a little bit, getting our shoulders towards over our fingertips. Again, feel that load through the fingers, through the calluses. Then push yourself back, flicking the floor away, and give that a little shake. Let's do a total 180 of that. And come down again though, all 8 fingertips, all 8 fingers first. So full finger callus line, then palms. With the palms heavy and all 10 fingers heavy, shoulders packed, gently sit back. Nice straight elbows. As you're sitting back here, try to keep those palms connected to the floor. Rock forward. Gently bend the elbows, try to keep the palms heavy. And then we'll slowly peel the palms away from the floor, shaking that out. Excellent.
Whew. All right, so back to one more little warm up here for those hips. We'll stay on the ground here as we get into our lunging position. With one leg out front and the other hip tucked under, feel that compression or that pull to help stabilize. It might also be called that scissor. Pull one in and press the other forward. Then just stay, but chill. And then we'll just wait for Lauren here as we'll open up that leg towards the other side, to the side rather. Same leg to the side. So with the kneeling leg, squeeze your butt cheek, extending the hip forward, and then the leg out to the side, compress or pull in. Hold for some time, create some awareness in regards to those level hips, and then return that to the front. Get to the tip of the toe, cramp the kneeling butt cheek, and then bring the leg underneath. There will be a little weight shift, then same thing on the other side. Find that straight line out in front with the knee going over your second toe, and pull it in and push with a butt cheek squeeze on the back leg forward. Stay there, relax the tension just a little bit, and then heel toe to the side, aiming to be nice and tall through the shoulders, nice and level through those hips, and compress or pull in, squeeze with your brain and then your body, those butt cheeks, and then low effort, return to the front, to the toe tip, balance, and bring under. Repeating again in the lunge, to the front. This time, let's set up the same where we pull in the front and push through on the back, but pull so much on the front leg, we encourage that knee to go over the toe. Squeeze your back butt cheek, but don't move, and then relax. You might be able to pull yourself a little further forward. Now squeeze your back butt cheek, push forward that you go back, and meet in the middle, feeling incredible work on the front quad and the butt cheek of that back leg. Coast. Open up that leg to the side and we'll repeat. Pull the feet together, the knees and the feet together to create stability, allowing yourself to encourage the knee over toe shape. Squeeze your butt cheek to reinforce that this is strong, we can handle it, and then just coast away. You might be able to pull yourself a little further. And recramp the butt cheek and push into the bent leg and feel that incredible tension start to build in those hips. Finish nice and tall, ease away the effort, return the leg to the front, to the toe tip, and under. The same effort on the other side. It's the pull and the push to set up in the lunge, then pull on the front foot with the back butt cheek squeeze to go forward. And then squeeze your butt cheek in the back even more, and then relax. Again, you might be able to drift further forward. Then cramp up the back butt cheek, push forward through that front leg, and meet in the middle, scissoring that tension all the way through. And then relax. Heel toe to your comfortable side. 1 or 2 o'clock probably, rarely 3 o'clock or directly to the lateral. Pull in. Feet and knee pull together to create that stability. Stay there. Squeeze your butt cheek. Give it some reinforcements. And then you might be able to pull yourself a little further. Re-squeeze the back butt cheek. Push into the bent knee and press yourself to tall, and then heel, toe. Bring that underneath. Let's return to those hands, Lauren, and get us standing up.
All right, let's place those hands on the floor. Pack your shoulders. Let's step into a plank and then we'll stand ourselves up. From this plank position, either from your knees or your toes, you're pulling your shoulders out of your ears, you're squeezing your butt cheeks, and you're bracing your core. Now, as you're doing this, try to breathe underneath that braced core. So don't lose that tension in the abs, but keep breathing. Keep squeezing. Keep bracing. Pull together for 3, 2. Now start with the tailbone, tipping the hips towards the ceiling. Then lift the hips, gently, maybe widening your stance slightly. Start bending your knees, but keep the tailbone tipped to the ceiling to walk yourself back in your hinge position. From your hinge position, your shins will be vertical. Let's just hang out here for a second because we'll be doing hinge.
How did that feel? Lauren then is grabbing a bell heavier than the one that she pressed the other day. Together, we successfully pressed our 5 sets, 5 rounds of presses. So we're ready to get a little heavier bell. This is a great place to advance your skills or to start your new kettlebell practice. The kettlebell deadlift, it precedes most other kettlebell moves, and that is to pick up a bell and then hold it at your side. So standing right over top of the bell with the handle parallel with your feet, chip chop on those hips and grab the bell with one hand and then cusp or cuddle with the other one. And Lauren's already said, pack those shoulders.
So are we going suitcase?
We're going suitcase deadlift. So pull it up with 1 or 2 hands and then bring it from the middle of the body towards the outside. Our holds today will be aiming for about 20 seconds worth of tension. and making sure that you're feeling safe on the pickup throughout the duration of the movement, and in 5 seconds, always maintaining your control as you then would place it down to the floor. 1 or 2 hands, come up barehanded, check in. Did you like your feet set up? How about those grips? Let's do the same thing on the other side. Set up your hip hinge, 2 hands on, and it's that preload. Pretend and then power through the lift. Bring the kettlebell out to the side and choose your base of support. Narrow, wide, choose the one that's just right for you. The likelihood is we give in to the heaviness of that kettlebell, so instead, pull yourself to be tall, breathe, and in 3, 2, adjust your stance, return to the floor, and come up barehanded.
So we are mixing those bells in our weekend workout. Normally it is a body weight practice, but we thought we'd just spend a little bit more time getting ready for those kettlebells. So take your time here, but integrating that body practice in with our single leg activities. Let's first start by just working on some hip flexion, both to the front and to the side. So standing up tall, I want you to think of the hips as that bowl of punch. You're going to bring your knee to the front, but don't let anything change here. So no dumping, no hiking, nothing changes, knee to the front, and then gently lift it up off the floor. The knee is pointed forward. Our standing leg is extended and squeezed and nice and straight. We're going to think about lifting this leg up a little bit higher. As you do that, you're bringing your femur into the socket. So try to keep that length through the back versus starting to round. Lift up again. Hold. Try to get your heel as close to your bum as you can. Hold. Do you have one more? Even if it's an imaginary, keep that tight. Keep lifted for 3, 2. Now slide it down, but don't put it down. Back to the ankle. Keeping the hips forward, open the knee to the side. Still extended on that standing leg. Hold. Knee is to the side. Next, could we slide up again and hold? Check in, you're still level. You're still standing on that standing leg. Lift again. Hold. How tight to the butt can you get your heel? Can you feel that adductor and hamstring working for 3, 2, bring the knee to the front. Slowly slide it down the leg. Place it on the floor, stand on 2 feet, extend both hips. And then relax, shake it out. We'll do the same thing on the other side. First, standing leg, doesn't move, knee bends, low position. Next, check in, hips level, slowly slide up. Hold. Pull in the femur in order to lift up. Knee stays to the front. One more time, pull in order to lift up. And hold. Hold this compression. Get that heel tight to the bum. Feel that underside of the leg. The standing leg is extended. Slowly slide the leg back down. Then, keeping the hips forward, open the leg to your safe side. And hold. Again, tall in that standing leg. Slide up a little bit. Hold. Feel that inner thigh. Tap, tap, tap. Up a little bit more. Tap, tap, tap. Do you have one more? Hold. Compressed in the socket for 3, 2, knee to the front. Slowly slides down the leg. Toe ball, heel land. Hips extend and shake out. Whew.
How does your body respond to the heavy metal nature of a kettlebell, but also the heavy duty nature of those body weight holds? Embrace that tension. Know when it's time to maybe just concede and save it for the next time, but that was quite amazing in those hips. We had the kettlebell down low. Another position that we like to hold it is at the chest in a goblet hold. So address your kettlebell. This time, turn that kettlebell that the handle is now perpendicular to the feet. It starts with a preload, and we call the next move our cheek clean. Hands on, pack shoulders, lift and catch at the ribs. We're holding for 20 seconds. We're squeezing our butt cheeks. We're keeping the shoulders back and maintaining your breath. In through the nose, out through the nose, underneath the shield. That's your core. Hold for 3, 2, and with control, return to the floor, come up barehanded. We'll do that one more time before we hand those reins back to Lauren and those hips, and add that shake and wiggle. Maybe even address your stance, and we'll cheek clean again to the goblet. Hip hinge. Pack shoulders, hiya, to that hold. Cues for this are elbows in, but pull the hands away. Push your feet out and squeeze your butt cheeks. Pull up the kneecaps like the top of the swing, and also the balances. You can hear that breath.
Keep your ribs to your hips. Watch that.
And then to the floor and body weight up. Feel a little bit of everything on that. Those pec muscles on the front are helping stabilize, but let the shoulder blades in the back really carry the load for that movement.
All right, we're going to take that leg up, and then we're going to squat the other leg. So let's start as we did the last time. Nice and stable, hip extended, moving leg starts to come up. Let's bring that knee up into that hip flexion there. And then slowly we're going to bend our standing leg, knee first. Then reach the tailbone to the wall behind you as if you're sitting in an imaginary chair. Hold. Keep this leg higher than this one. Then drive the hip through, press to tall. Let's do that same thing one more time. Knee towards over toe. Tailbone starts to reach back, sink low in your squat. Press to tall. Now take that leg and send the knee to the side. Let's repeat. Hold. Knee towards over toe. Hips sit back, knee to the side, press through to tall. One last time. Even though your knee is to the side here, both hips still reach to the back. We're not opening to the side, it's just the leg. Press through, knee comes back to center, presses to the floor, stands up tall on 2 feet. Shake that out, second side. Standing tall, knee to the front, lift it up, compressing in the socket. Knee towards over toe, tailbone sits back into your imaginary chair. Hold, and then drive the hips through, pressing to tall. Repeat again. Knee towards over toe, tailbone sits back, foot gripping the floor, press to tall. Send the knee to the side, opening it up, and repeat. Knee towards over toe, keep this leg high as you go, and press through. One last time. Knee to over toe, hips are still forward, body still forward, press to tall, bring the knee to the front, press it down, grow, take a second off.
That's right. We'll get to the floor and let's just coach our get up. It's our favorite movement, one of our favorite movements on our Tuesday practice with kettlebells. And this time we'll get on the floor and hold that kettlebell over our chest for, again, about 20 seconds. So get near that kettlebell so you don't have far to go. And I would take my leg that's closest to the kettlebell and drop back in our lunge with control. Then earlier in the warm-up, we opened a leg up to the side, then add that rotation that Lauren shared as well. Find the hand to the floor, sweep a leg, and then just make it up from there, just so you can cuddle in nice and close. The kettlebell cuddle, it's a two-handed approach, firing range or over the chest, and we'll hold it there for as close to 20 seconds as we can count. Pack your shoulder, Lauren's into it, and go. Making sure that it feels safe and steady. A little shake is okay too, but make sure that you can maintain the integrity of a firm grip, a straight elbow, a shoulder pack, a chin tuck, and a core that braces. Hold for 3 more seconds. 2. I like 2 hands on. Bring it down with control. Return to that cuddle. And then we'll swivel around and do the same thing on the other side. If this is a new move to you, start light. If it's a new move to you, perhaps use those 2 hands. But those tension holds will increase your awareness and your grip strength and your core strength and help you progress your skills. Cuddle, roll, and hop to press. Holding, chin tucking. Tension up, meaning heavy feet in the floor. Firm grips on the kettlebell, straight elbows. Aiming to keep that right angle or 90-degree angle at the shoulder, making sure that it's not too far over your face, a little bit dangerous that way, and then the other way is a little bit easier, believe it or not. Hold it for 5, 4, go 2 hands on, control your dismount, and then that cuddle back. Let's just get up with our get up pattern here. So take a hand to the ceiling or place it across your chest and then push through the bent knee to get on the elbow. Then from there, it's a tall sit to a sweep. Then press the floor away, squaring up the lunge, full tension to stand. And a shake.
Back to those single leg squats, right?
Sounds good.
All right, let's straighten that leg up in 2 places. First, we'll bring that knee up as practiced. Next, we'll straighten it once out here and hold it for 3, 2. Then we'll bend it, we'll squat it. Knees go forward, hips go back, hold, straighten it. 3, 2, bend it, press to tall. Once to the side, knee to the side, hold, straighten it. 3, 2, bend it, knee towards over toe, sit back in that squat, straighten it, bend it, press it, knee front, bop it, shake it. 2 words.
Glad I had a balance aid at my side for that one.
All right, same thing other side. Knee pulls up to the front, holds, then it straightens out. Keep that standing leg nice and straight. Bend, knee towards over toe, sit back. Try to keep the anterior tip of your hips or the tailbone to the back wall as you straighten your leg. Then bend it and press to tall. Knee opens to the side. Light straighten, hold. 3, 2, bend, knee towards over toe, sit back, hold, straighten. 3, 2, bend, press to tall, knee to the front, control the down.
Who is right? There's a couple more holds to get through. And if these next progressions are a little bit too complex or foreign to you, just go back to that suitcase hold, the grocery carry hold, the very functional low carry. But until then, we're going to take that 2-handed goblet and then return to our rack position. So for that one, I recommend that the parallel handle with the feet. It's that same idea on that cheat clean, but this time we're going to end up on one side of the body. So let's get started. It's a single hand on the bell. We cuddle with the other one and we pull it up, aiming to be in that rack position. The bell is out front, but retract the back. Those rhomboids, the lats in the back, engage. Making sure, again, we're not dipping to the side of the bell. Instead, stay nice and strong throughout. In 5, 4, 2 hands on, return to the floor, and come up barehanded. Couple seconds off, lets your core recharge, and lets you go through that checklist. What went well, and what might you want to improve? For me, I'm gonna focus on my elbow in and my shoulder back. 2 hands on, cuddle it, and pull it up. The other thing Lauren suggested was that gentle lean forward, making sure we're not back seat or leaning back on the low back, making sure it feels safe and strong. This is my more challenging side. What about you? Dominant arm, non-dominant, check in, build strength, 2 hands on, and return to the ground. One more time, each side. Just about a 10-second round here. Hip hinge, 2 hands, pull it up, tight to the body, and hold for 3, 2, 1, and down. And that might be the world's quickest 10 seconds.
Yeah, there was no Mississippi's there.
5 seconds on the other
no
side. No
elephants.
As well. Yeah. Hip hinge, zip up, and hold. Squeeze your bum, brace your core, breathe into that nice strong position, and then go 2 hands on and down, up, the body weight. I think Lauren has one more idea on those squats, and then maybe one more culminating exercise with the kettlebell.
I do. Just a little bit of room here. Could we put it all together and try your safest, bestest pistol squat? So what that pistol squat is, we put our knee to the front. Then we're going to extend that leg out front and hold it there as you go as safely low as you can, and then up to tall. Now I've never done this, but let's give it a try. What happens if we tried that with our leg out to the side? Hold. How low can you get? And up.
Ooh, crampies on those quads.
Bring that in.
That was
That was tricky.
Not reckless, but that was something.
That was
Just want to make sure
new.
get some room here.
Knee to the front, same thing other side. You're only going as far down as you can come back up from. Here we go. Pull yourself down, knee. Then tailbone sits back and reaches. And up. Then open. Hold. Breathe. Keep lifting that leg as you descend. Ooh, back to center. And down. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you. Let's go through one last drill of every kettlebell hold back to back.
Whoa.
So start by lifting up that kettlebell in the low hold. 3, 2, pack shoulders and lift. Squeeze your bum, brace your core, maintain your breath and increase the tension. Overwork. Make this harder than it needs to be to build resilience.
I don't think I need to make it harder.
And return and body weight up. Shake. Other side, 2 hands. Lift. Open your stance or close and just find that right position for you. That off arm is aimed to create nice tension through the body. Breathe for 3 more seconds. Then open your stance and return. While you're down there, maybe do a quarter turn with the handle and we'll stand up. Again, this time flexed arms in that goblet hold. We'll set up our hinge. It's that cheek clean as we zip up a coat and tight to the body. Hold for 5, 4, 3. Look through the window if you can. 2, and down, and then up. Now stand beside that kettlebell. We'll do our lunge down to that firing range position on the floor. A single leg drops back in the lunge. Then open the leg. Wait for your partner to catch up, and then rotate the torso. Find the
I did
floor.
way better last time.
There we go. Always things to refine, even for those who've been doing this for close to 10 years. But here, we'll cuddle it and we'll hold it over the face. Go. Little press in there, maybe for fun too. Hold for time. Breathing. What's your checklist? Mine would include a firm grip, a straight elbow,
Straight wrist.
back shoulder, straight wrist. Hold for 5. 2 hands on, bring it down, return to the cuddle. It's the same thing on the other side. Start with the strong wrist. So pushing that watch face or the place where your watch might be into that kettlebell for stability. Cuddle, roll, and press. Maybe keep those 2 hands on. Build confidence and build stability as you build your relationship with the kettlebell.
Nice to meet you.
Firm grip. Yeah. Brace your core. Heavy, firm grips. Strong legs as well. Let's hold that for 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 2 hands. Cuddle down. Now come up through the get up. I had my left arm across my chest the last time, so this time I'll try my right. Push off the hip to the elbow, and then we're in our tall sit. We bridge and sweep, and then press the floor away. Square up that lunge, tall tension to stand. The last kettlebell movement for today is to take that again into that rack position. I believe this movement to be one of the hardest. It's the heaviest on that single arm. So take your time.
Mine's a suitcase.
Choose. Suitcases are always tough too, but find that position in that last move that you finish with success, but also embrace the challenges within this exercise. Hip hinge, zip up and hold, and squeeze your bum and brace your core. We'll hold for 10, 9, 8. We need a digital timer on the horizon here so I don't make up these rep counts.
There is a
For 3
clock.
and 2, 2 hands and down. Analog clock. You think I can hold my breath? Squeeze my bum, brace my core, breathe, and look at the time? Whew, asking too much sometimes. But here we go. It's our last repetition with that kettlebell, and we'll zip up the body to the rack. Stand equally on 2 feet. Avoid shooting out that hip. Push the feet out. Maintain your breath. Let's hold for 8, 7.
That was already 10 seconds.
3 and 2. Oh, see, I can't even count. I think I missed that number 4.
Well, it just started really
okay.
soon. Late. Whew.
A little sweaty. Just those kettlebell holds
Yeah.
can really turn on your core and help build resilience in your lifestyle pursuit or your recreational
Make those
exercise
groceries
practice.
easier to carry.
Exactly.
Thanks for joining us today. On Tuesday, we'll be here for one last kettlebell workout before we disappear for 2.5 weeks. So there's lots of video in the archive for you to join along there. We will be traveling away to learn more about the kettlebell. So we'll come back with some refreshed drills and skills for you.
Sounds good.
Until then, take care.
Stay strong.
And we'll train on Tuesday.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. There's a third.